Mixing on headphones is not ideal, but for a lot of us home studio musicians, it's something we have to do because of our living situations and we don't want to bug family members, kids, or neighbors, stuff like that. Waves recognize this and they've developed their Waves NX line of plugins that puts you into virtual mix spaces, and they just released a new one in the Waves NX Germano New York plugin. And there's something really cool that they've added with this one that we're going to check out in just a bit. But the big thing with these plugins is that it helps you to stop playing the guessing game if your mix is going to translate across systems, and you can do that easily by mixing through these plugins. So let's check out Waves NX Germano New York. If you've used any of the other Waves NX plugins, you'll see that this user interface is very similar to them, except for you're in the Germano studio here. And you can see there's three different sets of speakers that you could choose from. You have these GA2s, which are these near-filled monitors right here. Then you have the Yamaha NS10s right in the middle here. And you have these big Exegy speakers up in the corners here, and these are going to provide you with great low end. So if you're looking at producing heavy bass sounds, these speakers are going to help you capture some nice, accurate low end. So let's have a listen to the difference between the three sets of speakers. And this mix is something that I'm just working on. It's not complete or anything like that, so don't mind that. So we'll start with these GA2s. So you can hear there's a difference between each of these speakers, and you can use that to your advantage when mixing. You can switch between them to hear what your mix will sound like through different speaker setups, or you could just mix through one of these if you want. It doesn't matter. It's all up to you, whatever works for you. And we also have this cool studio rotate control. And if we were to control this, we can change where we're looking in the studio. And now let's play this back, and you can hear that the sound changes as if we were actually turning our head around or turning our whole body around in the studio. So that's pretty cool right there. And another thing you can see here that kind of goes with that is the head tracking feature. So if you have the Waves NX tracker that goes on your headphones, like this one here, my battery died, so I didn't put it on, but this is really cool. You can attach that onto the top of your headphones, and when you move your head like this or that, or all the way around, it recognizes that and turns the studio based on whatever way you move your head. You could also use this with a webcam. Maybe it's built into your laptop or you have one on top of your monitor. It can follow your movements with that as well. So that's a cool feature right there. Then you have this headphone EQ over here. And there's a few different headphones that you can choose from. And what this does is it takes out the EQ curve of your headphones, because every set of headphones has its own EQ curve. So it kind of flattens that out. So what you're hearing is actually the sound of the studio, not affected by your headphones. Now, if you don't have the headphones that are listed there, don't worry about that, especially if you're already very used to your headphones. It's not going to be that big of a deal. It's just kind of a nice added bonus if you do have your headphones in there. There's also head modeling, where you can measure the size of your head and it can make the room even more accurate based on your actual size. Now, some other features in here are this Ambience Control. By default, it's set at 100, which is in the middle, and this is exactly how the room was captured. But if you want to customize things to make it your own, you can decrease the ambience or increase it. There's also this level control in here, so if things started clipping when you enabled this plugin, you can lower the level or you can increase it if it's too low. And really, that's about the basics for this version of it, which is the stereo version. And I told you there's something very cool with this Germano New York plugin, so let's look at that now. They've also included this Germano Studios 5.1 surround stereo version. And you can see we can't control what speakers are in there. It's preset with a surround setup, but we can still rotate the studio. So let's just listen what it sounds like through this one. So that's something that's very cool, especially if you want to work on 5.1 surround mixes and you might not have the greatest setup for that. This is going to put you into a virtual 5.1 surround mix room. I think this plugin is going to regularly go for about $50, but right now, if you purchase it during the intro price, it's just $29.99, which is an excellent price for a plugin that's going to give you more accurate mixes, and you can step up your headphone mixing game. Now check out another Waves NX plugin by clicking the video on the screen. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. For Audio Tech TV, I'm Zane. Keep creating, and we'll talk soon.